Hello, baseball fans. Well, the first Sunday in September is over. I hope you're having a happy Labor Day weekend. I do love this. I do love the month of September, mainly because it means baseball is in the home stretch, and the NFL is coming back. So it's been interesting. It's been kind of wild for this Yankee fan. First off, I want to say it's a big contrast to last year. Last year, of course, the Yankees were not last September the Yankees were just falling off and falling apart after a big winning streak, and I didn't handle it well. And I kind of lashed out on social media last September, and that led to me losing my Twitter account. Of course, fast forward a year later, I got another account, and the Yankees are kind of slumping again, but I'm handling it a lot better. I think the Avs winning kind of helps, but I think it also helps that even with the slump, we're in a better place than we were last year. But this hits me. This just now hit me about a few hours ago. What really hits me is, even though we started off our pace to possibly win 120 games, we're not going to even win 100 this year. That's how bad this second half slump has been. But we're in first place AL East. We're kind of a bit behind Houston as far as overall AL standings, but if Houston officially locks in number one, we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get to it, because we're going to win the division. We're still going to win the division. We should. We got a very important win. We got a very important win today over the Rays. We needed that. Though, and Judge, he's moving on closer in the home run in that chase for 61. He hit his 53rd. That's a new career high for him. So he should get it. He's on pace at 64. That's if he plays every game. But yeah, so I have faith that we're still going to win the division. We should still win the division. And if we do, we'll have one of the top two spots in the American League, so we'll avoid the wild card series. Now, so elsewhere, the Yankees are the only New York team kind of losing their stranglehold. The Mets are too. I don't know what's going on with the Mets, but they have been losing games at the wrong time. They lost to Washington at home too. Even worse, that Saturday they lost to Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin has 17 losses in an ERA the size of the Bronx. But it's not looking good for the Mets. And I did have them winning the pennant. I think this is going to be a Subway Series this year, but who knows? Their lead in the NL East is down to one game. The Braves are getting hot, and they're right on the Mets trail. Now here's the thing: the Mets lead the season series this year 9-7, and that's important now because remember, it's a new playoff format. It's a new playoff format. 12 teams qualify. The top two get buys. The other four play the wildcard series, and as part of this new postseason format, there's no more tiebreaker games. Game 163 is kaput, which kind of sucks because I did love those tiebreaker games. Of course, 2018 now goes down in history as the last season to have the tiebreaker, and that was a year where two tiebreaker games took place. The only season to have that. But yeah, no tiebreaker games. It's all internal tiebreakers, and the first one is head-to-head. And right now, the Mets have that. Now here's the thing though. Mets and Braves last series isn't until the end of the month. Yeah. The Mets and the Braves won't face each other again until the final weekend of the season, September 30th to October 2nd. That's in Atlanta. So a lot could happen between now and then. Maybe the Mets remain in first. Maybe the Braves pass them. We don't know. But regardless, that's going to be an important series. Also, Also, the AL Central, it sucks again, but it's very close. 2 games separate the 3 teams competing for the division. It's the Guardians. It's the Guardians, the Twins, and the White Sox. The Guardians and Twins are tied. The White Sox are behind both tied teams. The Guardians are the first place team because they lead the season series over the Twins 6-5. They have 8 games left. Yeah, a 3-game series and then an actual 5-game series because it's played out in 4 days, but one of those days you have to play a doubleheader. So they have a lot can happen in those 8 meetings, and like I said, the White Sox are right behind them. It's going to be interesting, especially since whoever wins that division will most likely be the 3 seed and have to play the wild card series, and none of the 3 teams have a good shot at a wild card spot. I think the Guardians almost slipped. The Guardians and Twins are actually 5 games out of the wild card race, and the White Sox are 7 games out. The White Sox are at 500 right now, 67-67. So yeah, it's division or bust for these 3 teams. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be an interesting race. So is the NL Central. Yeah, both Centrals aren't really good this year. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Whoever wins the NL Central will be the 3 seed and host a wild card series. While actually St. Louis is pretty close to the Mets in standings, but it's not that close. The Mets at the moment have a 5.5 game lead over St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis. Oh boy, have the Brewers fallen out. The Brewers actually led the division for the most part. Pardon me. Now they are way behind the Cardinals. The Cardinals got hot, and the Brewers just fell off. I think the state of Wisconsin is waiting for football and basketball. But it's got so bad. It's gotten so bad for the Brewers. They're actually behind the overall playoff line. Yeah, the wild card positions at the moment in the National League are being held by the Braves, the Padres, and the Phillies. Yes, the Phillies, who are kind of in a slump, have been getting blown out a lot, but they're still above the line. They're 2.5 games ahead of the Brewers. So so the Cardinals have pretty much a big lead. And the Dodgers have the biggest division lead. They're up by 19 games. That division's over. That division race is over. They have the smallest magic number. Their magic number to win the division is 10, and that's because they haven't clinched the season series yet. They're 1 win away from doing that. So yeah, that's the National League. The National League has the Mets, Cardinals, and Dodgers leading the divisions. And again, Atlanta, San Diego, and Philly have the wild card positions. In the American League, it's the Astros, Yankees, and Guardians. And the wild card positions are actually being held by the Mariners, the Rays, and the Blue Jays, and the Orioles, who have suffered through a couple of 100-loss seasons very recently. The Orioles are 2.5 games out of a spot, so that's going to be interesting. And yeah, Seattle has the number 1 wild card positions, and so they'll close in on their first postseason berth in 21 years. And it's going to be interesting. I'll be happy for them if they make it because it's been long overdue for them. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the final 30-something days will go. The regular season ends on October 5th, and the postseason begins on the 7th with the wild card series. They did announce the schedule a few weeks ago. The wild card series will take place on the 7th through the 9th at the latest because it's best of 3. And the game 1s will be on the 7th, the game 2s will be on the 8th, and whatever game 3s are needed will be on the 9th. And then the division series, I think, starts the 11th. I think the LCS starts on the 15th or 16th. Well, actually, no. Let me look. Let me look that up. I actually wrote about it in my recap of August action. I'll find it. I will find it. I will find it. But yeah, let's see. Here's a story. I'm just looking through this. Yeah. It all says it in my story right here. The wild card, the postseason starts on the 7th with the wild card series. The game 1's on the 7th, the game 2's on the 8th, and whatever game 3's are needed on the 9th. The division series starts on the 11th. The LCS actually starts on the 18th. The NLCS does. The ALCS starts on the 19th. The World Series starts on October 28th, and there will be November base. There will be at least one November game because Game 4 of the World Series will take place on November 1st. A potential Game 7 will take place on November 5th, which would be the latest date to end the season if we get that. So that's all. That's all that needs to be known, and that's my recap of. That's my recap of the postseason picture. As of now, I'll be doing this every Sunday, and of course I will preview the postseason after all the baseball ends on October the 5th, which is Wednesday. So I'll have that going, and the NFL season's coming up. I'll be back. I'll also be on YouTube to recap week 1 of the regular season. So that's my recap. If you like this video, click the like button. Click subscribe if you want more. My story about the postseason picture at this point will be in the description below. Check it out when you can. I'll be back next Sunday for another recap. So stay tuned.